The Formula One world has once again been rocked by a controversial statement from Fred Vasseur. The Ferrari boss made a sharp comment about Lewis Hamilton's career, which is said to have declined since he joined the prancing horse team. This crazy statement immediately sparked a heated debate among fans and racing observers. Is it true that Hamilton's decision to join Ferrari was the worst step in his brilliant career? Let's discuss it. In the race at the Jeddah Street circuit, Lewis Hamilton could only finish in 7th place, far behind his teammate Charles Leclerc, who secured the 3rd podium. The result was a disappointment in itself, especially considering Hamilton's promising performance at the previous race in Bahrain, where he finished in the top 5. After the race, Hamilton expressed uncertainty as to what caused his Ferrari SF25 car to lose speed. He stated that something didn't feel right throughout the weekend, although he did not have a definitive answer. Vasseur, however, was cool to the situation. In his official statement he said, "I will support him 2000% and give him all the resources he needs to understand what happened. We will start analyzing this issue immediately, starting Monday morning." Despite the difficult weekend he had just experienced, Frederic Vasseur still showed full confidence in Lewis Hamilton. According to Vasseur, one bad weekend does not reflect the overall picture of Hamilton's performance with Ferrari so far. He emphasized that Hamilton's overall progress continues to be positive and impressive. Vasseur highlighted Hamilton's performance at the Chinese Grand Prix. There, Hamilton proved his ability with an exceptional performance, winning the sprint race and even taking pole position for the main race. Unfortunately, the result was marred by a minor technical incident that resulted in Hamilton's disqualification, an incident that, according to Vasseur, in no way diminishes the value of the British driver's performance. The technical problem, Vasseur said, was just a small detail that did not detract from the fact that Hamilton had been very competitive throughout the weekend. For Vasseur, Hamilton's potential is still very much in evidence. He believes that with a joint effort, Ferrari and Hamilton will soon find the perfect harmony between driver and car. According to him, it will take some time for Hamilton to fully adapt to the characteristics of the SF25, but the progress made so far is very promising. If we look at his performance in Bahrain, where he showed consistent speed, and even most of the weekend in China before the technical incident, his performance was very strong. "That keeps me optimistic," said Vasseur. He added that despite the challenges, Hamilton has shown an extraordinary fighting spirit and determination, something that continues to be a source of great motivation for the entire Ferrari team. For Vasseur, moments like this only strengthen his belief that Hamilton's new era at Ferrari is only a matter of time before it really explodes. Despite looking very disappointed after finishing outside the top 5, Lewis Hamilton still received praise from within the team. The sight of Hamilton looking frustrated is rare considering how experienced the 7-time world champion is. However, Ferrari team principal Frederic Vasseur actually saw the expression of disappointment as a very positive sign. "If he is satisfied with 7th place, it is a big problem," said Vasseur firmly in his post-race interview. The fact that he is disappointed, that his emotions are so visible, shows one important thing. He is still hungry for victory. His ambition is still burning, and that is what we need. Vasseur added that Hamilton's frustration is not something that damages the internal atmosphere of the team, but rather an additional energy that drives all elements of Ferrari to continue to improve. He stressed that the dynamic between Hamilton and Charles Leclerc remains very positive. The two drivers, despite their different characters, show a high level of professionalism when working together. "Hamilton and Leclerc have a very healthy relationship," continued Vasseur. "They push each other to improve, not to bring each other down. They share information, have open discussions, and are both committed to taking the performance of this team to a higher level." According to Vasseur, this harmony is very important in the long journey of this season, where the consistency and overall strength of the team will be key in the hunt for the championship title. He believes that the combination of Hamilton's experience and Leclerc's young talent can be a great strength for Ferrari, as long as the healthy competitive spirit is maintained. "What I see is a solid foundation," Vasseur concludes. "With Hamilton's determination still very strong and the close collaboration between our two drivers, I am sure that the future of Ferrari will be very promising." At the midway point of the season, the tension within Ferrari is beginning to feel increasingly fiery. Charles Leclerc, with his consistent performance and without much drama, currently sits in 5th place in the standings, collecting 47 points thanks to a series of top 5 finishes. With this stable performance, Leclerc has increasingly established himself as an important pillar in Ferrari's big project. On the other hand, Lewis Hamilton is still struggling to find his best rhythm. The seven-time world champion is now stuck in 7th place in the standings, a position that is certainly far from the public's expectations, especially considering his status as one of the most successful drivers in F1 history. What's more, Hamilton is now even behind his former colleagues at Mercedes, including Andrea Kimi Antonelli, the young star widely tipped to succeed F1's golden generation, who is now one step above him. This situation quickly gave rise to different narratives in the media and in the paddock about the pressure Hamilton was now under. Not only the internal pressure from his Ferrari teammates, but also the extraordinarily high expectations of the Italian fans, who from the start saw Hamilton's arrival as a sign of the birth of a new era of glory. Every move, every race result is now scrutinized under a magnifying glass. But amid the frenzied speculation and gossip, Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur was firm and straightforward. He flatly rejected the notion that Ferrari would allow external drama to affect the atmosphere within the team. "We at Ferrari have to focus on our internal progress, not on external opinions," Vasseur said in a recent interview. "Lewis has the whole team behind him. We trust him completely. It's about building trust and momentum, not listening to outside noise." Lewis Hamilton's influence within Ferrari has been revealed by a team insider. While Hamilton's start to life at Ferrari has been rocky, with a sprint race win in China and a 5th-place finish at the Bahrain Grand Prix among the highlights, the positive impact he has had behind the scenes has begun to be noticed. A series of depressing interviews in recent days have reflected Hamilton's despair at 2 difficult seasons at Mercedes. But inside Ferrari, his passion and professionalism have brought a much-needed new energy. Mark Jean, a former Ferrari test driver and team ambassador, has revealed how Hamilton's presence has begun to change the internal dynamic, even praising Hamilton's contribution to technical direction and strategy. "It's early days with Lewis," Jean told the Beyond the Grid podcast. "He won the sprint race in China, which was incredible, of course. I only know him personally, but there is no doubt about his talent. He is very experienced, and you can see immediately that he knows exactly what he needs." Jean stressed that adapting to Ferrari is no easy task, especially in the modern era of F1 where testing is very limited. From Melbourne to China, he has made great progress. Coming from another team, it takes time to adapt to a new car, a new steering wheel, a new dynamic. But in every briefing, when he speaks, you can immediately feel that he brings very valuable information. He is also fantastic with the tires. "I had the chance to see Lewis telemetry," continued Jean, "and I saw things that were really impressive. A lot of people say that Lewis wins because he has the best team. But when I saw his ability, I understood there is a reason why he wins so often." Jean also highlighted the enormous burden that Ferrari drivers have to carry. "No other team in the world has the pressure that Ferrari has," he said. "Hamilton is experiencing something he has probably never experienced before, like his debut at Fiorano, which was so big that the streets were closed to welcome him. But at the end of the day, that's all part of the beauty of being a Ferrari. What do you think? Write below."